Now, Bill, you said you ran indoors here at the old BU facility, a 220-yard bank board.
Yes.
That had to be an experience.
Yeah, it was. We were bouncing all over the place. It was a little rock and roll. But I ran with Greg Meyer and Randy Thomas, Greg Meyer from University of Michigan, and we're actually just doing a time trial, 2-mile time trial, and Greg cranked out, and it was just the fun of track, the challenge of track. No sport globally is this intense, I think, on an individual and team level.
All right, some intense racing obviously going to happen here. This is a hot heat of the women's 3,000 meters. Mm-hmm. Now, Bill, 51 of the 80 runners who are All-Americans at NCAA cross country are running here, either the mile, 3K, or 5,000. That was an incredible meet.
Yeah.
And again, that was a couple weeks ago. You've experienced where you go out and run cross country and still able to keep that peak. So what do you think is the key for those runners who ran well a couple weeks ago to come back and try to duplicate it here tonight?
You know, everyone's pretty fit. They're very fit because cross country, and maybe the king of sports. That's what I think. And so they're all fit. And so, but strategy is everything. Name of the game in track. But I think one thing about our sport, very, very emotional. Can you keep your emotions under control? Are you ready for track to go from the rough and tumble of cross country up and down hills, that sort of thing? There's a few grades here, but I think we all know this is a very fine track. You can really motor here, and so people are trying to qualify.
Exactly. They're trying to get that big early time so they can go back into the training block. Right now, Millie Palladino, post-collegiate, running a professional team, New Balance here in Boston, ran for Providence, also ran at WVU. I covered her on the high school ranks, an incredible talent, still sticking with it. But you talked about the physicality. It can get physical here indoors also.
Yes.
Most likely not in the 3 and 5. As they're coming through here, we'll get their 600-meter split, 146 through 600 meters. Palladino still in front. In the number 2 spot, that is Amaris Tanisma from Alabama, one of those All-Americans, Bill, that we have a number of.
Yes.
All-American in cross country several weeks ago. They're coming back, trying to get that big time so they can hopefully have the qualifier for indoor nationals.
These are some of the best of America. I mean, they're here. It's duke it out time, and they want to see what they can do, but it's still early. And however, cross country, it gets you ready. It's one of the hardest sports in the world. But I think the field's stretching out a little bit, but still pretty tightly packed. And no one's running away with it yet. It's too early. I mean, the 3K, I think of it as a kick kind of sport, distance, I should say, because if you've got some really fine, fast twitch muscles, you can use that and play it easy in the beginning, lie low in the early stages, and then go with 200, 300 to go, something like that.
Palladino's still in front, going to go through 1 kilometer in under 3 minutes. Again, 9 minutes is a time that sort of everybody's keying off of. Last year's winner, looking for her back in the field. You talked about being on the rail. She is stuck on a rail right now. That is Ceili McCabe from West Virginia. I covered her earlier this year at the Live in Lou Classic in Louisville. She destroyed the field. She didn't have her best race at D1 Cross Nationals, but again, she's the defending champion, went 8:52.52. Again, for the win. Again, sub 3 minutes for the opening kilo.
So both Millie and Keila have some meaning to this race, what it means to them, because they've won here before. Once you've struck gold somewhere, it means more to you. And if you run for the sponsoring shoe company, New Balance is here, they're a Boston company, you're going to push, and you can see that Millie's trying to break away. She's trying to get away, and she's got a little gap. And once you get a little this early, I think you might be able to hold it, She's trying to break away.
All right, again, Millie Palladino, a standout from the state of West Virginia high school-wise, and she concluded her collegiate career at Providence, getting some motivation there. She's up by about 8 meters over Tanisma from Alabama, and then we have that single-file procession. Bill, you talked about position on the track. Again, this is a 15-lap race. You break it down into the kilos. They're basically through halfway right now at 430. Where would you be positioned in this pack the way it's setting up?
You know, indoor track is a whole world different from outdoor track, you know, and the air is tougher to breathe. That's a major factor. How used to it are you, you know? And so every time you get out there is a little different. And but I think the contenders, they're pretty much near the front. They're not going to be at the very, very back. But sometimes people are in 4th, 5th, 6th spot, and they're lying low, and then they're moving up. And so we'll see.
All right, Millie Palladino stepped off the track. Her day is over. She was the pace setter, and she did a good job again, taking them through in like 2:55, 2:56. And the collegians are set to battle it out.
What are we on pace for, Phil? Are you estimating?
Again, we're about 8:45 to 8:50.
Pretty quick.
Pretty quick?
Yes, very quick.
Again, a year ago, Ceili McCabe, 8:52.52. Currently, she's in the number 3 spot.
I think what we're seeing is this incredible boom in track and field by the women. And it's there for the men, you know, older sport for the men. But I remember when Joan Benoit-Simonson broke 9 minutes for the 3K. She ran an 8:58 back in the day, you know. But here, you've got scorers who are doing it. So the depth of competition. This is the dog-eat-dog sport of the world, I think. It's the greatest sport.
5:58, sorry, Bill, through 2 kilometers. So they are, again, under 9-minute pace. We'll see how much of a negative split they put together on this final kilo.
A lot of people right up in the front. We've got 10 women duking it out here, headed towards 7 minutes. We're getting near the end. So there's going to be a bust out at some point, but the depth is pretty amazing.
All right, 4 laps ago when they crossed the start-finish line. And they're going 3 abreast as they hit the line. Again, Tanisma from Alabama still in front. In the number 2 spot, that is Samantha Bush from NC State.
Everyone's watching the laps and who's in contention. It's still 10 women duking it out. We've got almost 7 minutes.
And again, just some positioning. You put your hand out just to make certain, hey, you know, we're too close here. We need some gap between us. McCabe on the rail. And actually that is Mitchell from Oregon. She flipped her 9 to a 6. So Kaylee Mitchell from Oregon State. The Beavers in the lead. Tanisma in second. McCabe in third.
It's stretching out a little bit, but no one's broken away.
I mentioned to you, Bill, off camera that McCabe, a steeplechaser, it definitely gives her the strength to really finish hard.
They are, I don't know. I always consider steeplechasers maybe the best athletes on the track. You know, long distance, from middle distance up, steeplechasers.
All right, it's now 2 to go. Now the real number 6, Samantha Bush from North Carolina State. The Wolfpack, the second consecutive NCAA Division I cross-country championship. It's Bush, McCabe, and then Mitchell. 1, 2, 3, leading the group. But as Bill said, nobody's out of this. We have 7 runners within 5 meters.
No one's broken away, but we're coming up. Final lap, I think, Phil?
Yep, final lap, bell lap.
This is the nitty-gritty. You got to start moving. 3 or 4 women are breaking away. This is it right here.
And on the outside, from Notre Dame, Olivia Markezich. McCabe in second, but it's Markezich from Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. An 8:58 seed time. She's coming in. She's got McCabe down by 5 meters. Markezich. Here comes McCabe. It's 50 to the line.
And duel to the finish.
Ceili McCabe from WVU. Does she have enough track?
Whoa.
It's going to be faster than a year ago. We'll have to see what the FAT system says. 8:50 point for our winner.
A lot of depth, about 8 or 9 women under 9 minutes.
Incredible race.
Everyone's running hard. This is
the
an
winner
exhausting
is
distance.
Ceili McCabe by 0.04 of a second, 8:50.44. She defends. Markezich from Notre Dame with the bold move with 200 to go.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it is. you wait until you're ready.
So a year ago, Ceili McCabe won 8:52.52. Today she runs 8:50.44. Bill, your thoughts on that race?